All right, we're
Boom.
starting the recording now.
Can y'all see
Okay, cool.
that? Yo,
We
I'm
can
live.
see that.
I'm live with my action hat, y'all. Check this out. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see the people?
No, there's
I
too
don't
much
know.
glare.
Maybe, maybe not.
Too bright.
Yeah, it's too bright. Oh yeah, I can
Yeah,
see
it's too
a little bit
bright.
now. Yeah, crazy.
That's quite funny. All
All
right,
right,
guys,
so
we're gonna go ahead and get started,
That's
right?
whack.
yeah, we're starting.
We're live. All right,
Let's
cool. First and foremost, I would like to thank our sponsors, Big E Fit Games, our fitness event that's going to be on June 4th.
try.
Looking forward to it. We're going to get some multidisciplinary fitnesses for fitness industries, your CrossFit, your bodybuilding, the high school combat even. So looking forward to that. But today's guest, once again, we got the notorious, the infamous Rocco Steady and Russ John. So welcome to the show today.
Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate holding this event and contributing to the community of health and fitness, Archie.
Yeah, thank you. No problem. Oh yeah, and shout out to Coach Kelvin, the bandmaster, man. Miss that guy.
What's up,
So
Coach
today's show,
Kelvin?
man, we're gonna hit on a few topics. One of the main topics is just manifesting what it is that you want out of life, out of your fitness goals. Make sure you're being held accountable. So I got a good friend and a client of Rocco, and my future client Russ. So what are some things? What are some things that you guys are doing to ensure that you are reaching those goals and you setting those goals? Recently, me and Rocco had a conversation about actually making a message board and making a dream board. So, hey, let's talk more about that, Rocco. How's that help? How has that helped you, manifest what you got going on with the Do Better City here in Houston?
Man, visualization is one of the most powerful tools that you can cultivate. And I believe that when you're able to be very clear about the direction you want to go, clear about your goals and your vision, my people perish for lack of vision. But I believe that whenever you do have a vision and you're able to cultivate the emotions behind your desire for those visions, it allows you to fuel the momentum and the movement to be able to make those visions come true. And it starts with believing. So it's saying it, meaning it, feeling it, believing it, then receiving it, and then releasing it, which is true manifestation. So I've been able to do those things because I created vision boards in my life. And this was before I was even understanding what the power of visualization was. Because at first, I was just like, oh, I'll make something. It'll be on my wall, and I'm just gonna look at it occasionally. And believe it or not, the the vision board came true, even down to like the random belt that LL Cool J was wearing. I had LL Cool J on my vision board because he has the longest lasting hip hop career, and I have admiration for a person that stays that long in their career, especially in a career that I'm in. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna put LL Cool J on there. And then I realized one day when I went to Neiman Marcus and bought like a nice belt, I was like, hold on a second, that's the same belt that he's wearing. And then I had, when I made the vision board initially, I was making it with a friend of mine, and I put a girl on there with a guy, and they were like being real playful and stuff. And then I realized that the girl that I dated like 4 months after I made the vision board looked exactly like the girl that was on the vision board. And then I saw
Hmm.
like and then I was just joking with my cousin. I was like, I'm gonna manifest some bikinis, some girls in bikinis. So I put some Sports Illustrated models on my vision board, and then like 8 months later, I get booked in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, to host and perform the theme song for Miss Swimsuit USA International. And I did not try to get that gig. I got a phone call that booked that gig. I was like, this is interesting. And I really believe that our minds are radars. We tune into a specific radio station to listen to a specific genre and vibrational frequency. So that wavelength is what really creates the possibilities of what we want in our lives, because we are creators. So therefore, we create our reality. And like Russ said earlier, it's all about perspective. Now, if we believe that we can create our reality, what happens is we start to get into the pattern of tuning into the right radio station. So what's really cool is you can start like changing the channel. Like if you don't want to be on that channel anymore, you could start changing the channel. And what happens is the patterns in our lives, we'll start to recognize it. Have you noticed that when you get into a car accident, say for example, you get into a car accident with a red Corvette, right? I don't ever see red Corvettes out in the street. But if you get into a car accident with a red Corvette, I guarantee you all of a sudden you'll see.
Yeah, you pay attention to that. Yeah, I get that all the time, man.
You see so many red convertible Corvettes out there. You're like, where did all this come from? Or like, for example, like, okay, so let's see what's recently. Okay, so earlier, Ace, you were talking about a specific color. You're like, I like your white hat. And then the lady behind me was like, white's a cool color. And I was like, what? I was like, and you start recognizing different patterns. And that's why when you think negatively, when they say it rains, it pours, it's because if you're thinking negatively, you'll recognize the patterns and your radio station will be tuned in to negative 0.011 FM. So I think we should start readjusting our radio stations and
our frequencies for sure.
That's what vision boards have done for me. And once one happens and we start to believe it, it's like Santa Claus, man. It's all of a sudden you'll start getting gifts from an imaginary person because it's real to you.
That was a mouthful there, Rocco.
So I have a question for you, Ace Fit Body. Archie, you've been in the fitness world, and you know what Rocco's talking about is also involving your own mind, your own body, and you mentioned earlier on a show previously that until an individual has made a decision to actually influence their own future with their body, it's really difficult. You can coach and motivate to a certain degree. However, they need to be in the right mindset in order to accomplish goals with their fitness training and efforts and everything that goes along with that. So, what do you see in Rocco? I mean, Rocco's a client now, and he has a positive attitude, and taking it to the next level with Rocco is something that apparently he's giving us feedback that's taken place. So, what have you done with Rocco that others could think about and maybe plant that seed in their mind about how they can improve their attitude to change? Because it has to. The attitude has to be there to change, right?
Right. You have to listen. Like, so I talk to Rocco often, so I listen to what exactly he wants to accomplish. So the main thing, I listen to his conversation. I hear what motivates him, and I kind of use it against him. So I listen to him. I'm like, oh, okay, you're competitive, huh? Oh, okay, I'm about to challenge you. So I know that with Rocco, I speak. I'm a competitive person, so I speak a very formal, competitive language. So I'm able to communicate with Rocco on that level and get the most out of him. So it's awesome. It's awesome. Just I don't know, just the bond, not just between me and Rocco, just the bond that I have with certain clients, listening to what it is that they want, and I use it against them, not in a negative way, but in a very positive manner. I figure out that why, and I put it in their face. So it's just like like a horse chomping at the bit.
Right. It's manifesting that vision that it's possible. It's striking the iron and making it happen right then and there. Right.
Right. So that's a major thing. I mean, that's even with myself. Like, I'm not here to necessarily prove people wrong, but I am here to tell you I told you so. So I like doing that. Not to rub it in your face, but if I'm denied, I most definitely want to make it evident that my efforts and my hard work and my consistency, that's a big one. Being very consistent towards what you're working towards. That's a very 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 big thing. So
right. So Ace, what would you say? Okay. This is for people out there that are desiring to work out and that have been following us and our journey. What would you say the good qualities in a client for them to be able to prepare themselves to be ready to train with you? Like, what kind of good qualities do you see in clients, and and what is proven to be beneficial and effective in their success?
The first thing that I instill in everybody is to, all right, you're already going to be your own worst critic, so I need you to get out of your way. I need you to turn your brain off, like put your egos aside, if you have an ego, but most of us do have an ego. So I tell them, like, put it to the side. I've been there, and I show them my before picture. My before picture is not a super fit guy. Yes, I was formerly an athlete. I've been active my entire life, but there's points in life where we're not so active, and I show them, like, hey, I was once in the same shoes, so I know what you're going through. And then once I share my story with them, my clients, they can relate to me. So building that relationship and what's the word I'm looking for? That rapport, building rapport with them on that level, it helps a lot. It helps even with the mental part of training, because that's the toughest part. So if you can think it like we were saying, you got to manifest yourself. Like if you got 10 and you're at 7, you're like, oh, I can't do it. If you think I can, if you count down from 10, it's a lot easier. You hear that 3, 2, 1. It's like, okay, I'm there. We're conditioned to hear that. It's like it's game time. Like you always want to be that person with that gets the make the buzzer beater. So if you look at it like that, when you're doing your reps, even when you're working out, counting down instead of counting up, you're just like, okay, cool, I'm almost there in 3, 2, 1, and then you get the satisfaction of resting into the next set or resting into your next workout. And so you just make that a habit.
Good.
So every day's a little bit added to the habit. You take something small and just incrementally add that to the equation and build that habit up until it becomes part of your life. Is that? Yeah,
it's exactly. You create, it's a lifestyle change. It's not for the weary, for sure. Like you gotta make the decision that you want to do it. Like if you don't want to do it, and you halfway do it, it's not going to turn out. It's going to turn out. You're going to see some results, but you're not going to see the results that you want. So if you don't, after a certain amount of time, you're not seeing like your 6-pack or your abs, you got to think back. What am I putting in my body? What am I doing wrong? Am I sleeping enough? Am I drinking enough water? Am I eating enough vegetables? Like it's a science to it. You just gotta feel your body, and so you can be your most optimum self each and every workout. So, and once again, you also when you go to work out, you want to leave it all there. Don't save anything back. What are you saving it for?
Yeah, it helped you yesterday, right?
Yeah, it did.
Got a question here. How do we get our mindset right so we can get started?
I would.
Well, you can. I would say we should have lunch and talk about your goals, and then figure out what you want to do. Like pick 5 goals and list them out. Right? What's your reason? Like if you wanna tone your body, why do you want to tone your body? If you want to build your cardio, why? What's your reason for wanting your goal? Whatever it is, you got to figure out your why. So every time you think about talking yourself out of it, you can talk yourself into doing it. So figure out your why so you can know what you want. I mean, the gym can be intimidating.
Did I ever tell you my why whenever I started?
Yeah, you did tell me your why.
I don't even remember what my why is. What was my why?
Your why was whenever it's time for you to perform in Houston, you want to have your shirt off and you want to rock the stage. That was your why. And I was like, oh, okay, so it's the abs you want. Okay, cool. So I'm going to treat you like a person who wants abs.
Yeah, I want to, because I enjoy, it's hot. I'm an islander.
It's hot in Houston.
I enjoy having my shirt off all the time, and not in a douchey way, but I like to be like island about things. So I definitely good. Thanks for reminding me. That's a good one.
Nice.
I know a lot up here, son. Let's see. Mern Park. She said, "How do I find out my why?" You pick a fitness professional and you have a healthy dialogue. Make sure that person is asking you these open-ended questions so we can break that ice, so we can help you out. Like whatever your why is, I'm going to ask you, why is that important to you? So once you find out your importance, or what it is that you want and the importance of it, like that, then the rest is history, man. You just got to show up.
Tell me why ain't nothing but a huh.
Breaking it out.
Your why is what pulls you. You know, it's definitely the thing that pulls you and keeps you consistent into going back. What's up, Richard? Thanks, all 8 of y'all that are here. Richard,
Awesome. Thanks.
Lisa, Steve, Marianne, Russ.
What are we talking about? We're talking about our whys right now.
Yeah. Why do you create whys? I'd almost turn it around and say, sometimes you need to start something. You have an idea, and you need to start down the journey to see what it feels like to get your why. You have a why. It's like, I want to be able to get out. I want to play with my kids. I want to do something. I want to be able to walk across the street, whatever it happens to be, right? I mean, that's a general why. And what I see happening is, sometimes you start a project, you start a process, and that why evolves and it gets more focused all the time. I'm sure that Rocco, you probably had at some point in time, you had an idea that you wanted it to be where you are today. However, along that journey from the seed being planted, you had a lot of, changes in course, adjustments, and everything that you went along the way. Probably 10 years ago, Archie, you probably didn't imagine you were being in Houston, hanging out with 2 of us at this point in time, right?
You know what? 10 years ago, I said I was going to move to Houston.
Wow.
I didn't know I was going to meet a beer guy, but I was playing around. I was like, yeah, man, I'm going to Houston. And you know what? What happened? I ended up in Houston. And I'm like, every day when I walk outside, I'm like, dang, I really manifested that a while back.
Isn't that amazing? That is amazing.
It's breathtaking. I'm not surprised, man. The universe works really, 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 really fast in some instances.
Gives you exactly what you want.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful what you wish for, because you get it. You get it. I mean, especially it works really fast whenever you know what you want and then you express it and then you let go. You're like, okay, I trust and I have faith, and then let go, and then you just meet it halfway, and you sort of just like, whoa, what?
He said he wants to be a beast, a monster. And what aspect, sir? In life, in the gym and in life?
Or all of the above?
All of the above, man. Just a beast mode at all times.
So another area, Archie, that I know that you're passionate about is bringing the community together. Rocco's in one area of the community, and we're connected with Rocco in a couple of areas where we met some friends of friends, and we know other people. And in the fitness world, we're getting ready to start this event with the Fit Games in June 4th. And I know that one of the goals that you and I have talked about, and I'm sure that you shared with others, is this this idea that you can actually create a community from different disciplines in health and fitness, right?
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about that. Share it with us.
Okay. So what I'm working on now is getting people to have an open line of communication. So communication is really, really key in that. So just talking to people and getting each other to meet each other, get out of your old ways, talk to each other. Hey, why are you doing that? What are you doing that for? Cool. Do you mind explaining to me what it is that you're doing? Like, how are you getting those results? I think that goes a long way versus, people just like kind of, standing on the sidelines, staring and not saying anything. So I think communication is key with that. So just verbal communication. That's verbal and listening to what it is that each other is saying. So that's very important. So that's where I'm at with helping the fit community come together. It's a task, but I'm up to it.
It is why do you think it's such a challenge?
Just the nature of the industry, man. It's it's a very visual. It's a very visual. It's almost like football. It's contact. It's aggressive. So it's like I'm a big bad guy here. I'm a big bad guy here. Two big bad guys in society. We're taught not to talk to each other. We're just supposed to acknowledge that we exist. But if there's those two big bad guys come together, I'm sure they can be like one big bad guy and just like educate and share the knowledge, because there's abundance in everything that we do. So that's the big stereotype, to look past the outside and listen to what the inside is saying. So that's very, very important.
So you got any thoughts about that, Rocco, as far as your industry and some of the things you've discovered along your journey?
Yeah. I discovered that competition is definitely an innate human characteristic that's embedded from the survival techniques of mankind, from the Neanderthals to just the hierarchy of the chamber of commands in nature. We're all just competitively trying to eat. And here's the thing: we live in a day and age today where there is limitless things, especially in America. There's limitless opportunities, limitless people. There's too many people. There's too much food to eat here. There's too much clothing. It's just abundant here in America, at least. So that's why, like as a first generation immigrant that came here to America, English is my second language. I understand how immigrants work and the way that they believe that there's scarcity and lack. And that's also transcended in the different industries, such as the fitness industry and the music industry. So I definitely relate to that. I used to perform in places where it was just all artists. And I noticed that artists don't clap for other artists. They're constantly critiquing other artists, and they're worried about another artist taking their food, So metaphorically speaking, in the jungle, you're afraid to get your food taken because you don't have anything to bring to your family. So I understand that, and that's why I've taken it upon myself to start relating myself and sharing my gifts in other industries, because then I would have been the only person that would provide a unique value proposition. As a hip hop artist, I would go to corporate events and be like, look what I could provide for your corporate event. This is what I could provide for your multicultural festival. This is what I could provide for your birthday or your retirement. And there was no other hip hop artist there. So like they loved it. They were like, oh man, this is really cool. This is different.
Right.
And a place that was packed with fashionistas, and I'm not a fashionista, they all want to work with me. They all want to put me in their suits. They all want to put me in their cortas, their traditional dresses, like the men like Indian dress type thing, and button down shirts with designs, and give me hats and stuff. So it allowed me to be able to collaborate with different industries and communities, because I was adding value to their community where there wasn't a value was initially provided. So nowadays, now that I've been able to lead by example, the other musicians are now coming up to me and asking me, how are you doing it? And it's the funniest thing, whenever you are in the same level as people, they don't feel like they can come up to you, because they find you to be competition. But whenever you become a dominant brand in your industry and you become a person that is known for their strategies and effectiveness in the results, it's like right now I'm gonna work out with Ace, right? All of a sudden, 3 weeks later, after I work out with Ace, they start coming out the woodworks like, yo, I want to work out with you. I want to start working out with you. Hey, you should come to my gym. You should train with me. You should do this, that. They come out once they start seeing results. And so what I recommend to anybody in any industry is to collaborate with other industries and provide exposure to an industry that you want to heal. And one of the things that I want to heal is hip hop, because I believe that hip hop is one of the most influential genres in the world. And in order for me to influence it the way that my perspective and my message that I've been put on this earth to share is by impacting the people around it, so that way they can come to it.
So
It's the culture.
Sharing the gift rather than holding on to it always creates more abundance in any industry.
With any industry. Like I found that out the hard way. Like I had an idea that I kept to myself for some time, and when I shared it, like it made someone else's life so much better, and they were so thankful. And I think I felt better helping that person and seeing the excitement and the enthusiasm that they showed or they reflected from having that gift or that blessing given to them. I was just like, wow, like damn, who am I? Excuse me, I said damn. Who am I to hold back? Such an awesomeness. Like for right now, I don't hold back anything. I share willingly, openly, freely. Like if there's anything I can help anyone with, you can come talk to me. I don't mind sharing what it is that I have going on. So I like sharing. Sharing is caring. I care.
Well, and I think all three of us, have talked about this at different points, and the ability to Rocco. Last time I saw you, we had a bunch of people around that were all like-minded in an amazing way, right? That you all know, that we all know mutually, and it's amazing to think, okay, the amount of energy and the amount of positive push we can generate by getting people together like that in the same direction, you can move mountains. It just takes an organic approach and a combined mindset to manifest great things. And I think that's what you've both of you have done in different ways in your communities. And it's just interesting when you look at it. Don't think about it when you're looking at you're inside your own bubble, right? But I can see it from both of you. You've done some amazing things in your own worlds, and together we can make even a bigger impact in the world.
Yeah, it's awesome. Just like going from city to city, that's the fun thing. Like at first when I got to Houston, it was tough. I'm like, man, how am I going to survive? In Atlanta, I was like, I said, man, I'm just such a big fish in a small pond. So you know how you manifest things. It's like, oh, okay, cool. So an opportunity came where I'm in Houston. Now I'm this fish in this humongous ocean of abundance, and I'm like, oh, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? You gonna sink or swim? So man, I'm swimming as hard as I can. So that's the big thing.
I'll scoop you up in my boat.
Yeah, man. Hey, just turn me from a fish into a man so I can drive a boat too.
Yeah, you could be a man-made.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, this has been a really good conversation. I know you guys have plenty to do, and I'm sure that there's dozens of opportunities out there. And I'm just really honored and humbled by the opportunity to have this conversation and connect with you guys in this community. And I'm really excited for some of the events that are coming up. I know that you're traveling in the next little while. Rocky, you want to share any kind of travel plans with us so we can stay in tune with what you're doing and manifest your success?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to Vegas next week. Got some things over there, and then I'm going to the East Coast. I got 7-city tour: Pittsburgh, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Boston, DC. I'm out there, and after that, I go back to Houston, and I don't even go home from the airport. From the airport there, I go to Japan, Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, Aruba, Jamaica. I mean, I Bali, Kazakhstan. I'm going all over Asia. When I come back, I'm gonna look even more Asian than I do, and I'm probably gonna walk around floating.
So Archie, are you going to give him some travel plans on mobile fitness goals?
Yeah, we already got it set up, man.
Traveling's hard, so it's always a challenge, right?
Yeah,
I definitely want to maintain consistency in my workouts. And what I realize is that it's really about that consistency weekly and being able to. It translates into the other elements of life, like drinking a lot of water and the food you eat and then the type of sleep you're getting. So I want to maintain that so I don't lose the results I've already gained, so that way when I come back, I can really go harder,
Yeah. What about you, Archie? You got immediate plans in the next number of months, expanding your coaching?
Yeah, most definitely. So I've made myself available through an app now, so that's a big thing. So my services are, I'll have direct connection to you, but in order to get access to it, I ask that you come in so we can go through a brief assessment of what it is that I have to build for you, and go from there, and I can hold you accountable. So we're gonna I guess Symmetry Fitness, that's my company. We're gonna take it to the next level. We're gonna also work on branding the Fit Recognized Fit, and then that's gonna lead into our event on June 4th. And that June 4th, hopefully, and God's willing, we'll announce our challenge to the city of Houston. So that's a major thing.
Fantastic. Well, I'm looking forward to that. So,
what about you, Russ?
Hey, I'm working on some amazing things. As I'm really passionate about video. I'm really passionate about bringing people together. And my goal and my manifestation is that I want to produce 100 shows just like this a week in order to accomplish a larger audience, more diversity, and share amazing information with people around the world. And then I'm also working on, we launched our Ultimate Business Card, which brings video into a business card that you can send out to your friends and fans and family and community. So a couple of big projects on the works, and we're just going to keep cranking it out and supporting people like you guys. So that's our mission in life, man.
Well, thank you.
What's up, Brad? Thanks for tuning in. My boy Brad.
Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, man. Some new faces.
So we're going to wrap up the show today, Archie, and go off and about our day.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and I guess call it quits until next time, until Tuesday, 3:00 Central Standard Time. You can reach us on Future Media TV, Fitness Success with Ace, with Archie. Ace is me too. So we'll see you. We'll see you guys around. Thanks, Rocco, for being our guest today. Russ, thank you for the opportunity and allowing this to happen. Thanks, Marion. We see you in the sidebar. Never quit. Never quit. Can't quit. If you quit, I don't have anything to say. But if you quit, you don't get your quit.
All right, you guys.
Quit, then you're full of. All right, later.
Boom. Take care, you guys. Have a good one.
All right, I'll see you. Talk to you soon.